there, welcome back to Breakfast of Champions. We're on our series Finding Joy at Work, and today we want to discuss about finding the right attitude when dealing with problems. Right? There are two types of problems we face all the time, right? And one is task problems, problems related to doing something and getting a certain results. Getting a certain result requires doing certain things and following a certain process, using the right technique, using the right methodology, the right tool, and there's a problem to solve. So doing tasks, there are problems related to doing tasks. But there's also problems related to relationships. There are relational problems which has to do with communication, which has to do with relating, dealing with different views, different conflicts. Those are itself a problem as well. So there are two types of problems we face daily. Now, how many of you like to face problems? How many of you enjoy problems? You get up in the morning, it's like, yes, give me problems. Anybody like that? Well, I'm sure very few of us would wake up in the morning and be looking for problems in our lives, all right? I think naturally we want a problem-free life. At the same time, we know that there is no such thing. The only person who doesn't have problems in life is the one who's lying 6 feet under the ground, right, in his grave. Right? Those dead people have no problems. People who are alive have problems. So it's how we deal with those problems, and problems are always going to become and always going to be part of our lives, part of our work as well. So how we face problems at work determines a lot of the joy we find. And here are two attitudes that I want us to consider that we have when facing problems. First is an order-taking attitude, an order-taking mentality. Second one is a problem-solving, a problem-solver's attitude or problem-solving mentality. Right? These are two attitudes we have, and it really affects our joy when we face problems in our work, whether it's, again, task-related or relationship-related. Now, let me give you a quick scenario. Okay? Imagine walking to a restaurant to have lunch. You have a problem. You don't know what you want to eat. You want to eat, but you're not sure what you want to eat. Now, that's kind of a problem. Right? You sit down, the waiter comes, gives you a menu, and stamps it, and looks at you. And you look through the menu, and you're trying to decide what you want to eat, and the waiter just stands there and waits. And in his mind, he's thinking, "Come on, make up your mind, right? Right? You tell me what you want to eat. You tell me A, I give you A. Right? I'm an order taker. I'm going to do my job." And there's nothing wrong with that specifically, but really that is at a minimum, and that person is not interested in contributing to the solution, right? To playing a part to solving that problem together. And you might eventually come to a decision and decide what you want to eat. But now let's compare this with walking into another restaurant, and now there is a waiter with a problem-solving mentality, and you come in, you open the menu, it's like, what do I eat? I'm not sure. And so the waiter say, okay, let's figure this out together, right? So do you feel like rice or noodles or bread, right? Or salad? Or what do you feel like? Not sure still, okay. Any health choices that you need to make? Are you trying to lose weight, or are you trying to gain weight right now? Maybe we can recommend you something based on that. Okay, and what about, do you feel like eating something dry or soupy, right? Or what are you willing to spend today? I guess a better way than in asking a sensitive question, rather than how much money do you have, which is a very sensitive way of asking it. You could not a very good way of asking it. The waiter may ask, how much are you willing to spend today for your meal? Right? And what's the range? The person may say, I think I want to spend about $5 or some whatever it is. And the waiter looks at that, has a quick analysis, and then say, you know what, based on what you said, I think I will recommend to you this dish right here. What do you think? Now, you have all the freedom to, of course, decline that recommendation, but that waiter has become part of the solution and helped you in coming to your decision. Made it easier for you to come to your decision. And you're going to be much more happier with your choice because of this waiter's attitude. Right? So a problem-solving and an order-taking mentality, both are very different. You know, what behaviors do you think result from an order-taking mentality? I've given you a scenario, but you can discuss that more in your team. You know, what kind of behaviors result from someone having an order-taking mentality? What kind of behaviors do you think result out of having a problem-solving mentality. Right? And how do both of these attitudes respond or react to problems? When faced with problems or going through difficult situations or challenges at work, how do you think these two people are going to behave differently? So have some time to discuss this after the video, right, within your team, and have a discussion of where do you think, as a team, where do you think we are? Are we leaning towards order taking, where we just do things and we just want to do the minimum and that's it, right? Or are we problem solvers? Are we excited about seeing the opportunity in the problem, about finding and seeing that opportunity in the problem? Well, again, my encouragement to you would be, if you want to find joy at work, obviously you've got to develop a problem-solving attitude. I know we have a lot of challenges, right? It doesn't help that generally our education system produces more order takers, right? We teach our students, right, just memorize the answer and give the right answer that is expected by someone else. Just give it that, even if you don't fully, completely understand it. You don't have, just give the right answer, right? And that encourages a order-taking mentality. And again, to strike a balance though, sometimes you may not fully understand why your leader, your manager wants something to be done, and there may not be enough time to understand it. And this is where trust is so important in the team. Sometimes you may not understand it fully. You have to still do it, right? The best you can, and then come back later and understand that, right? And the leader, the manager should really help team members to understand things, to understand the why before the how, right? Not just do it and that's it. You don't need to understand, right? That I think creates a very high turnover rate. That's like a manager who just wants the hands of people, right? I just want your hands. Just do it. You don't have to think. You don't have to feel anything, right? But a good manager says, no, I don't want just your hands. I want your mind and your heart. Let's put everything together and let's build a strong team. Let's figure out problems and challenges together. And it's harder work, definitely, but it's worth it. It goes the long term. It goes for the long term, right? So take some time to think about this, right? Is our team more order taking, or are we more problem solving? Do we look forward to solving problems together? Are we afraid of problems? Generally, we all are. But if we realize that there is an opportunity in every problem, right, and that problems equals to profits, that's another great way to see it, right? I once heard of an organization, a very successful organization. In their meeting room, there's a huge sign that says, "Problems equals profits," right? And so, in that organization, the culture was they get up and say, "Let's eat problems for breakfast," right? Our newsletter is called Breakfast of Champions, and I think that's the kind of attitude we want. Let's eat problems for breakfast. Let's not be afraid of problems. Let's not ask for problems that are unnecessary, but let's not be afraid of them when they come. Let's learn to find joy in our work. The next time a problem comes up, whether it's relational or task-oriented, remember, right? You can have joy when facing problems by being a problem solver and say, let's figure this out together. Okay? A good problem solver, again, like we mentioned, looks forward to finding the opportunity in the problem. Secondly, a problem solver comes ready with solutions. Right? A problem solver doesn't just come and say, look, we have a problem. That's it. Right? You solve it. Right? No, a problem solver comes, look, we have a problem, I've thought about it, here are some possible solutions. Maybe your solutions aren't the best, or it may not be accepted, but look, hey, we're here to contribute. Right? We're not here to just sit down and do nothing and point out problems. No, here's a problem, here's some solutions. A problem solver is going to be a very valuable person to the team and to the organizations. He or she comes ready with the solutions. And lastly, a problem solver is motivated to be part of the solution. Right? We want to be part of the solution together. Right? So that's why we come and we want to figure this out together, even though there might be some who are smarter than we are. They might have stronger analytical abilities, they might even be more creative, but hey, look, we're here to contribute and we want to find this out together. So, be a problem solver, and I'm sure you're going to have more and more joy in your work. Take care. Have a good time discussing this with your team. Bye-bye.